I don't like the way you're waving that about.
This is a nice little hand prop. It kind of keeps you at bay.
It certainly will. Who or what is Alice Cooper?
Oh, you stuck me with a bad one. The very first question, a hard one. Alice Cooper is really an invention of mine, you know. I think rock and roll had enough heroes. We needed a villain. And Alice was the... When I grew up, my heroes were the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. I was in high school when they came along. And I looked up there on the stage, and the only thing that was missing was the show part of it. And I wanted to provide that. I wanted to provide the darker side, you know, even though, yeah, I had to create a character to do that. I wasn't really like that. So I had to create Alice. He was more or less a Frankenstein kind of character.
And you chose Alice Cooper because it was such a sweet-sounding name.
It was. It was a nice sort of old lady name, you know. You know, people pictured this nice, sweet little girl, you know, and they got us. They got Clockwork Orange.
So you weren't a lifelong fan of Vlad the Impaler. You just got the idea for
Well,
theatrical
I
reasons.
always loved horror movies. I mean, I always thought that horror movies were... I thought horror was just as valid as laughter. I thought it was just as valid as really any kind of drama. In fact, most horror movies are very close to being comedies. You know, when you go to see Friday the 13th or any of these really the newer horror films, I mean, you find yourself laughing through them, hopefully. You know.
And do you hope people laugh at you as you rise and die on stage?
Oh, I like the idea of shocking them and then getting a good laugh. When you come to see Alice Cooper, it's like, you know, it's like getting on a roller coaster. You know you're going to be scared, but you still go and do it. And I found that even people that hate us can't help from liking us.
What about your father, the preacher? How did he react?
Well, at first it wasn't exactly what he had in mind. I think I was supposed to be in a different mold, but he knew I was a little different, you know, even from the beginning. I got kicked out of school 8 times.
There you go.
Very much in
8
league.
times?
8 times, yeah.
They let you back in 7 times?
That's what I don't understand. They didn't learn their lesson at all.
Well, you had worse teachers than me.
So School's Out was a rebellion, a genuine rebellion, was it?
And it was a celebration. I think a lot of people, you know, when they heard School's Out, they said, oh, that's exactly what I felt like the last day of school. You know, it was like an orgasm. Your last day of school, it's the last day, and you have 3 months off, you know? So why not celebrate it?
Because Alice was born in the period of love and peace, that sort of generation, wasn't it? You decided to go really as far away from that as possible.
We were the only band that had hair down to our waist that every hippie even hated. I mean, you know, we weren't into peace and love. It wasn't that we weren't into it, it's just that that's not what we stood for. We were much more, you know, Alice Cooper would come out there with hair, like I said, hair down there. We used to wear chrome pants on the street, you know, and makeup that was smeared, you know, like Baby Jane, you know, it was just horrible looking. And we scared the hippies to death, you know. I'm proud to say that we were the band that single-heartedly drove the stake through the heart of the love generation.
That's quite an achievement, isn't it? Really? It's something, tombstone. Have you thought of your tombstone yet?
No, I really haven't. I don't really think... people like me don't die, you know.
Well...
Of course, we don't show up on film, either.
And you don't have a shadow, I've noticed that. Now, in the show, though, you will not only kill Alice, but you do make it as realistic as possible, don't you?
Well, I think in order to make it fun, I think when I first went to the circus, I noticed that when you saw a guy up there on the tight wire and there was no net under him, that was really exciting because he really had to be good. And you sat there on the edge of your seat like this going, geez, if he misses, he's going to die. Well, if you do a guillotine on stage, you can have the guillotine blade miss you by that much or by that much. And I found by that much, it makes it look a lot better. Yes. And so, I mean, every night that I would put my head in the guillotine, it's a 40-pound blade, and it's only missing by that much.
So we're talking about real danger here. I mean, have you been badly hurt?
Oh, London, I remember London one time, we did the gallows at the end. We always had one sort of form of executing Alice. You know, we can't let Alice get away with this, you know, all these things he gets away with on stage. So it's a morality play. Alice must be punished at the end. And the gallows thing that is supposed to hold me, I don't do the gallows anymore, so I can tell you with a piano wire, that holds you from getting hung, it stops it right there, snapped at Wembley. And I had my hands tied behind my back, so there's really no way of stopping myself, and it caught me right there. It snapped my head back and knocked me totally cold. I mean, I was totally knocked out. Burned, had a big burn on my throat right here.
Do you know, my
insurance company was just loving it.
Yes. An American asked me once if we still had public executions in Britain, and that was the nearest.
Only when I'm in town, right?
We've been analysing reaction to each other's shows. Catherine, do you know about Alice?
Yes, I do.
And do you
I've never
like
seen
Alice?
him. Yes, it's
Your parents let you see?
No, we were talking earlier. I mean, it's Alice's show. It is when you go to the theatre, you pay money to see a show. You go to see a concert, and you get your money's worth. Now, whether you like that or whether you don't, if you don't like it, don't pay and see it. But if you do, it's an experience.
You like it, Jimmy?
Yeah, I used to see, I saw a couple of your gigs, late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, Under My Wheels, when you first came over, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm a big Alice Cooper fan.
We have a lot in common, you know, listening to this interview. Mary Whitehouse loves me, too.
Yeah, maybe we should give her a call. Maybe we should give her a call.
Yes, she does love you, and you've been banned as well by mayors, haven't you, and by councillors?
Oh, yeah, it's, you know, but generally people that have never seen the show. It's people that never have come to see the show. It's always, you know, they hear the greatest rumors. I get the greatest rumors about myself, you know. I mean, that's one of the fun things about being Alice, is I get into a town and, oh, I heard you slit 3 puppies' throats in the last city, you know. I did?
No,
you know?
but I mean, Ozzy Osbourne.
No, that was, I have to like point to different people, but I mean, you know, most of the stuff about Alice is great rumors. And I think the great thing about it is that the worst thing I can be accused of is making people use their imagination.
Another thing that's caused outrage, of course, is the way you use women on stage and in your videos. What's your point of view about that? Do you like women?
I love women. I think women are great. I married one. But I think the great thing about it is the fact that, you know, I think that it's a little overblown, the sexist thing, you know. I don't really put a sex on a victim. A victim's a victim to me. The people that are in my shows, usually, like, there's this one sort of reoccurring victim in my show that's always a nurse, but she's the most horrible person you'd ever want to meet.
Wants to put needles in you.
Oh, the nurse. I remember the nurse. She walks around stage trying to give you a needle.
Yeah, she puts a huge needle in my throat, puts me in a straight, puts me in a straight jacket, kicks me, the whole thing. She deserves it. She deserves it. You know, I mean, I never killed anybody on stage that didn't deserve it.
Now, so would you say, Alice, that deep down, or would you like to be called Vince? Are you Alice now, or are you Vince?
I'm Alice, but I'll be more Alice when we do the song.
You'll be more Alice, right? Yeah. Are you deep down a romantic? I mean, do you go home after all the slaughter, gentle and smiling?
I think sex is not sexy anymore. I think we've been so bombarded with sex, it's really not sexy. I think romance is much sexier. I think that maybe sounds like a shock coming from me, but it just depends. You know, I think romance is going to be the thing in the 90s. People are going to start dating again. You know.
And are you a religious man?
Yes, yes. I go to church every Sunday.
Does Madonna shock you?
Sometimes, yeah. Even we're from the same hometown, Detroit. She doesn't really make fun of religion. She makes fun of certain sects of religion. I think the Catholics may be a little bit mad at her after a while. But I think Madonna's really good at what she does, you know?
You're as bad, talking about romance taking over, you're as bad as you ever were in the film Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. You're in that, aren't you?
I play a stepfather. And they were looking around for somebody who would be an appropriate stepfather for Freddy Krueger. And I guess I knew they'd get around to blaming me for Freddy. They blamed me for everybody else. So Freddy is now my illegitimate son somewhere. Yeah, it was fun to do, though. It was really a lot of fun to do. I'll probably do a lot more horror films.
Jimmy would be a gift for a horror film.
Oh, thanks. I spent 5 years knocking my pipe out trying to be a sex god, and he gives me that. Jimmy would be a gift for horror movies. I'm surprised, though, that you haven't had more to do in movies, though, because it's, you know, the cross-fertilization in America. I'm really amazed that there must have been a lot of offers there.
Yeah, I do get a lot of offers. Yeah. It's sort of, if you're touring, though, you know, when you tour, you're out there for 8-9 months at a time. And if you sign for a film, you're talking 3 to 4 months, and it just, that gap of time is really, really hard to, you know. And when I do one, I really want to do a really scary movie. You know, I think I'd like to do things like we did it on Nightmare on Elm Street and things like that. That's fun. But I mean, I'd really like to do a really scary movie.
Will Alice grow old, or will he get the chop?
I don't know how old Alice is, you know. I mean, the character, he can be 105 or he can be 7 on stage. You know, it depends on what the song is. He's really an ageless character. How old is Dracula? How old is the Joker? how old are they? Because I look at Alice as that kind of character. He's a total creation. So I don't really give him an age, you know. It just depends. I don't give him a sex. I don't give him an age. I don't give him any of those things that'll pin him down. I want Alice to be totally free to do anything he wants to up there.